The rise of the global freelancer economy. 1. The quiet revolution. Something profound is happening in the way humans work. Not a loud revolution, not one of protests or slogans, but a quiet digital uprising that's reshaping the global economy from the inside out. Look closely and you'll see it everywhere. Laptops glowing in cafes at midnight, digital nomads working from beaches in Bali, mothers freelancing during nap time, teenagers earning in crypto before they even graduate. This is not a side gig anymore. It's an economic transformation, the rise of the global freelancer economy. It's not just about quitting 9-to-5 jobs or working remotely. It's a fundamental shift in what work means, who controls it, how it's valued, and where it happens. The old order was simple. Companies hired, workers obeyed. Stability was exchanged for freedom. That trade-off is collapsing, and a new contract is being written. One line of code, one gig, one independent creator at a time. 2. The death of the corporate ladder. For most of the 20th century, success followed a straight line. Get a degree, get a job, climb the ladder, retire with a pension. But the ladder has broken. Automation, globalization, and AI have smashed its rungs. Job security has become an illusion. Pensions are disappearing. Corporate loyalty has been replaced by algorithms. The gig platforms, Upwork, Fiverr, Toptal, Freelancer.com, and thousands more have not just created marketplaces for work, they've created a new labor class, borderless, digital, self-directed. In 2000, freelancers made up roughly 10% of the global workforce. By 2030, that number is expected to surpass 50%. In the United States alone, over 70 million people now identify as freelancers. That's nearly half the labor force. In Europe, the number has doubled in a decade. In Asia, the freelance sector is growing faster than manufacturing once did. This isn't a trend, it's a migration from corporate dependency to digital sovereignty. 3. Technology, the great enabler. The infrastructure of this new world was built quietly over the last 15 years. Fiber internet, cloud storage, AI productivity tools, global payment systems like Payoneer and Wise, platforms like Slack, Zoom, and Notion that made collaboration frictionless. Each innovation added a new brick to the foundation of freedom. Then came the spark, the COVID-19 pandemic, the great accelerator of remote work. When offices shut down in 2020, companies were forced to confront a truth freelancers had known for years. Productivity is not tied to geography. Suddenly, working from home wasn't rebellion, it was survival. And once millions tasted autonomy, they didn't want to go back. Out of chaos came clarity. The future of work doesn't live in skyscrapers. It lives in the cloud. 4. The power shift. In the industrial era, power belonged to employers. They owned the machines, the offices, the capital. But in the digital era, skills are capital. Knowledge is leverage. A laptop and Wi-Fi are the new means of production. This flips the entire power dynamic. For the first time in history, an individual in Nairobi can compete or collaborate with a corporation in New York. A designer in Vietnam can serve clients in London. A strategist in India can advise Silicon Valley startups. Geography has lost its monopoly on opportunity. The individual is becoming the new enterprise. 5. The algorithmic marketplace. But this new freedom comes with complexity. Freelancers don't compete against 10 or 100. They compete against millions. And the battlefield isn't a job interview, it's an algorithm. Platforms rank, score, and filter workers by invisible systems of reputation and efficiency. Your livelihood depends on your reviews, your response time, your keywords. This has created what economists call algorithmic capitalism, a digital meritocracy where visibility is currency. Those who master personal branding, SEO, and AI-assisted productivity rise fast. Those who don't disappear into the noise. The freelancer economy rewards adaptability over loyalty, visibility over seniority, and learning over credentials. In this world, you are not an employee, you are a micro-brand. 6. The rise of the skill investor. In the old economy, people invested in assets, houses, stocks, companies. In the new economy, people invest in skills. The best freelancers think like entrepreneurs. They build skill portfolios the way investors build financial ones, diversifying, reinvesting, compounding. Instead of degrees, they collect micro-certifications. Instead of promotions, they chase client networks. Instead of climbing ladders, they build lattices of opportunity. A 2023 survey by LinkedIn found that skills now outweigh degrees in 75% of hiring decisions. Freelancers, by nature, evolve faster because their income depends on relevance, not hierarchy. In essence, the modern freelancer isn't just a worker, they're a skill capitalist. 7. The economic impact. The numbers are staggering. According to McKinsey, the global freelancer economy is already worth $1.5 trillion annually, larger than the GDP of Spain or Australia. But the ripple effect goes far beyond money. Freelancing redistributes opportunity. It injects cash directly into emerging markets, bypassing traditional gatekeepers. It accelerates innovation by linking talent and demand across borders. A project that once required a team of 20 in a New York office can now be completed by 5 freelancers from 5 different continents, faster, cheaper, and often better. This decentralization of labor is as transformative as the Industrial Revolution, but instead of factories, it builds ecosystems of collaboration. 8. The psychological shift. Freelancing doesn't just change how people work, it changes how they think. Traditional employees often define identity through titles and companies. Freelancers define identity through value, the problems they solve, and the impact they create. This leads to a subtle but profound shift. Work is no longer something you do for someone else. It becomes part of who you are. But with freedom comes uncertainty. There are no guaranteed paychecks, no HR departments, no stability. Freelancers live between abundance and anxiety, freedom and fragility. This duality defines the modern digital worker, a paradox of autonomy and instability. 9. The new hierarchy of skills. In this new world, not all skills are equal. There's a new hierarchy emerging, one defined by automation resilience and creative leverage. At the top are strategy, creativity, systems thinking, emotional intelligence, AI collaboration. These are skills machines can't replace. They amplify them. At the bottom are repetitive or rule-based skills, easily automated by AI. Freelancers who learn how to work with AI, not against it, will thrive. AI won't replace the freelancer, it will augment them. Imagine a copywriter who uses AI for first drafts, or a designer who uses Midjourney to generate concepts in seconds. Their output doesn't double, it multiplies. These hybrid humans, part creative, part machine-assisted, will dominate the new economy. 10. The rise of solopreneur nations. A fascinating byproduct of freelancing is the birth of digital microeconomies, entire communities built around independent creators. Platforms like Gumroad, Substack, and Patreon allow individuals to monetize directly without middlemen. A single creator with 10,000 loyal followers can earn more than a corporate manager with 10 years of experience. This is the solopreneur revolution. It's the rebirth of the artisan class, but this time powered by algorithms and AI. People are no longer selling time, they're selling identity, influence, and intellectual property. In many ways, freelancers are becoming nations unto themselves, sovereign economic units connected by Wi-Fi instead of borders. 11. The inequality challenge. But every revolution creates new divides. Not everyone can adapt at the same speed. The digital economy rewards the self-motivated, the skilled, the connected. Those without access to education or technology risk being left behind. We are entering a new form of inequality, not between rich and poor, but between adaptive and static. Governments and institutions are lagging behind. Social safety nets built for salaried workers don't protect freelancers. Health insurance, retirement funds, and labor rights haven't evolved. The freelance economy is growing faster than the policies meant to support it. If left unchecked, this could create a two-tiered society. The free and the forgotten. The global and the local. The adaptive and the obsolete. 12. The future infrastructure. To stabilize this transformation, we'll need new systems designed for flexibility, not permanence. Universal Basic Income, UBI, may become essential to smooth income volatility. Portable benefits. Insurance and pensions that follow the worker, not the employer. Decentralized reputation systems. Blockchain-based work histories immune to bias. AI co-working hubs. Digital spaces where freelancers and machines collaborate in real time. This new infrastructure will redefine employment, not as a contract, but as a network relationship between talent and opportunity. 13. The emotional architecture of freedom. Freedom sounds romantic until you live it. Many freelancers describe their lives as oscillating between euphoria and exhaustion. The highs are intoxicating: global clients, creative control, flexible schedules. The lows are brutal: isolation, burnout, constant uncertainty. This is the hidden cost of autonomy. When you are your own boss, you are also your own employee, marketer, accountant, and therapist. The freelance economy demands not just skill, but emotional resilience. Those who thrive learn how to build personal systems of discipline, rest, and renewal. They treat their minds like assets, their time like currency, their health like infrastructure. Because in the economy of freedom, burnout is bankruptcy. 14. The generational divide. To younger generations, freelancing isn't rebellion, it's normal. Gen Z doesn't dream of corner offices, they dream of independence. They grew up watching YouTubers, streamers, and online entrepreneurs, proof that one person with a laptop can reach millions. This mindset shift is irreversible. A Deloitte study found that 61% of Gen Z workers prefer freelance or remote work to traditional employment. For them, work is not a place, it's a platform. And they're building careers not in companies, but in ecosystems, collaborating across projects, cultures, and technologies. The traditional employer-employee model simply doesn't fit this psychology anymore. 15. The AI freelancer. In the next decade, a new kind of freelancer will emerge: the AI-augmented human. These individuals will use AI not as a threat, but as a partner, delegating repetitive work to algorithms while focusing on strategy, empathy, and innovation. Imagine a single freelancer managing what used to take a 10-person team. AI handles scheduling, research, and design drafts. The human handles context, creativity, and connection. This hybrid workflow will redefine productivity. Eventually, AI itself will become a freelancer, autonomous agents bidding for microtasks, collaborating with humans in real time. The line between worker and machine will blur completely. We're entering the age of co-intelligence. 16. The global mindset. Freelancing also expands something deeper: the human perspective. Working across cultures forces empathy, adaptability, and curiosity. You learn that deadlines feel different in Japan than in Brazil, that communication styles in Nigeria differ from Germany, that creativity looks different in every language, yet universal in purpose. The global freelancer is, in essence, a cosmopolitan learner, a modern merchant of ideas. This cross-pollination doesn't just create income, it creates understanding. And perhaps that's the quietest, most powerful revolution of all. 17. The decline of jobs, the rise of projects. Jobs are rigid, projects are fluid. The future belongs to those who can move between them. Instead of one employer, freelancers will work with many, across sectors, technologies, and timelines. Work will become modular, broken into projects, missions, and sprints. This flexibility allows economies to adapt faster to crises. It also empowers individuals to design their own careers, like software that updates itself. In the next decade, your career won't be a job title. It'll be a portfolio of solved problems. 18. The Foreseer's reflection. We're witnessing not the end of work, but its rebirth. The industrial system turned humans into cogs. The freelance economy is turning them back into creators. But freedom without structure is chaos, and structure without freedom is slavery. The challenge of the next decade is to design a balance, an ecosystem where flexibility and stability coexist. The winners of this new age won't be the richest or the most connected. They'll be the ones who can learn, adapt, and reinvent themselves endlessly. The future of work won't be decided in boardrooms or factories. It will be written, one proposal, one contract, one idea at a time, by those who dared to bet on themselves. Because in the era of the global freelancer, the corporation is no longer the engine of progress, the individual is. 19. The closing thought. We once asked children, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Soon we'll ask a new question. What do you want to build, and who do you want to become next? Work has evolved from survival to success to self-expression. Freelancing is not a trend, it's a return to something ancient, the human instinct to create, trade, and adapt freely. And in that freedom lies the blueprint for the next economy. An economy built not on machines or institutions, but on individuals who chose to see themselves as infinite enterprises. The freelancer is not escaping work. They are rediscovering what it means to be human.